All right, Vice President Kamala Harris will make her first campaign stop here in Georgia as presidential candidate next week. The presumptive Democratic nominee is set to make that appearance Tuesday. Fox 5's Deidre Dukes is live in Marietta, where voters, they're weighing in on the race. Deidre.
Yeah, Eric, most of the people we talked to today told me they know who they are voting for, but there are still some who are undecided 100 days out from the election. They say these campaign visits are important because they want to hear from the candidates firsthand. We visited Marietta Square and talked to a diverse group of Georgia residents.
I'm voting for Kamala.
I will be voting for Donald Trump.
Democrats, Republicans, and independents about the presidential race.
Can't really say anyone right now.
With a change at the top of the Democratic ticket, presumptive nominee Kamala Harris now running against former President Donald Trump for president, re-energizing the Democratic base and securing the vote of independent voter Brian Weaver.
Being an independent voter, I don't normally give to a particular party. This was the first time I've actually ever donated to a political party, and I did so the day after Biden dropped out.
The road to the White House cuts through Georgia, one of 8 battleground states that could decide the presidential race. Harris will make her first visit to Atlanta as a presidential candidate with a scheduled campaign stop on Tuesday. Trump also expected to campaign heavily here in coming months. Bill Snellgrove is voting for the former president.
His beliefs line up a little bit better with my beliefs. Do they line up perfectly? No, they don't.
With recent polls showing a tight race, Snellgrove believes both candidates could benefit from heavy campaigning year.
At this point, I think it still makes a difference. I would say they can charge up their base a little bit more, and then their base may go out and campaign for them.
Brandy Smith is undecided and welcomes the opportunity to hear from the candidates firsthand.
To really be able to see the real issues of the community, I think that's very important.
And of course, in a close race, engaging those undecided voters like Smith increasingly very important for those candidates as they work to energize their base. In Marietta, Deidre Dukes, Fox 5 News.
Yeah, of course, Georgia will also play a major role. Deidre, thanks so much. The vice president spent part of her day talking to teachers in Texas. This afternoon, she delivered that keynote address at the American Federation of Teachers in Houston. The union is the first to formally endorse her as a presidential candidate. Harris is winning that favor with her pro-union agenda. Today, she emphasized her push for union benefits.
We see a place where every person has the opportunity not just to get by, but to get ahead. A future where no child has to grow up in poverty, where every senior can retire with dignity, and where every worker has the freedom to join a union.
Her opponent, former President Donald Trump, failed to get most union households during the 2020 election, mainly attracting blue-collar voters. Harris is expected to meet with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu later Thursday evening. Well, Georgia's former Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan, a Republican, has endorsed Vice President Harris for president. Now, he's traditionally an outspoken critic of former President Donald Trump. Well, in a post on X, he tweeted, "I'm committed to beating Donald Trump. The only vehicle left for me to do that with is the Democratic Party. If that requires me to vote for, speak for, or endorse Kamala Harris, then count me in," end quote. Well, one big question still remaining is, will we see the two presidential candidates in a debate? Fox News media officials have sent formal letters to the Trump and Harris campaigns requesting the opportunity to host that debate. They've asked that the debate take place September 17th in the key battleground state of Pennsylvania. President Biden and former President Trump were set to debate again in September on the 10th before the president's withdrawal.